Alright, so Incelcore is typically considered a very depressing genre, alright, and it's definitely earned that stereotype with a lot of the songs in the genre, but there definitely are exceptions to the rule, and today I wanted to look at a couple of those, or at least a branch of those, the Incelcore love song. Now, you may think that this is contradictory, like incels aren't supposed to fall in love. That's kind of the point. And you'd be right, but alright, moving on to our first example, we're going to start with the king of Incelcore, at least right now, being Fried by Fluoride. And his song My Little Pony. Alright, now you may not instantly grasp the concept that this is a love song first by, the title being, the title, My Little Pony, or are we serious? But actually, when you dive into the lyrics themselves, it's actually a pretty charming, love song. She loves My Little Pony, she makes me feel less lonely. Like, that's sweet. Like, there's a lot of lyrics in there that, are really just sweet. Like, what was the other one? Without her, I know I'm lost. There's like a bunch of lyrics in here. Despite the kind of cringeworthy name, I guess you could say, the song itself is pretty sweet. Alright, guys, it's like almost a genuine love song. Now, of course, there are like a couple funny lines in there. But genuinely, by and large, it's actually like very much a straightforward love song. Now, from the new King of Incelcore to the old King of Incelcore, we got Negative XP and we got his song Calendar Girl. Now, I think that this is a cover, possibly. I only say that because this definitely sounds like something that could have came out in the 1950s. If this isn't a cover, he did a really good job at making a 1950s style song, or at least matching the lyricism of those years in music. It's really kind of a sugary, sweet song of talking about this girl he likes, and like they do something matching up with like each month of the year. Usually it's something that starts with the same kind of sound as the month, like, alliteration, besides that, it kind of runs into the problem of a lot of 1950s classic rock songs. That being, kind of just, they got the concept, they got like a kind of a cool riff, I guess. It's really simple. It's really just basic and simple, to be honest. Some of them kind of feel kind of gimmicky. That's why I don't really go back often and revisit like 1950s music, or even 1960s. Because really, they weren't that complex. They had like a simple concept, simple riff, simple basic everything. And that was because music wasn't really, big. It wasn't really fully developed. This is like when they first started adding lyrics to, or maybe I'm possibly getting this wrong, but this is like near the start of when they first started adding lyrics to songs. So I can't really be that harsh on them. Except this thing came out in the 2020s, so I don't know why I'm talking about 1950s music. But anyways, that was Calendar Girl by Negative XP, and I'm actually going to use Negative XP to hop over to my next little subject as kind of a genre of the Incelcore love songs. Alright, we got a subgenre in a subgenre, alright? How you like that? But anyways, he's made songs like E-Girl and Hentai. Really weird, where you gotta have to squint at both of those to kind of consider them a love song, but they transition into what I'm going to talk about, which is what I'd like to call the fantasy love songs. Now, these are songs based on either a fictional character or a celebrity in real life. Basically, what it is just a relationship that was never meant to happen, will never happen, alright? The other songs in this video are about, like, not really specifically named girls, like those relationships could happen with like celebrities and especially fictional characters. Like, it's just never going to happen. Examples of these types of songs are, E-Girl and Hentai by Negative XP. You also got Pretty Rip's song My Waifu, and I really thought that that was a good song. You can go check my review of it out in my review of his album. I did quite a while ago at this point, I guess. It's in the album review playlist on my channel. But also, probably the most famous, or at this point most recognizable song in this subgenre would be E-Girl 195 by Loser 64. Not to be confused by E-Girl by Naked Rex P, which we already talked about. But E-Girl 195, always thought was a great song. I don't know if I'd call it his best still. I remember in the past I have, but he's made a lot of good songs. We're actually going to go over a lot. Just wait a second. But this song is just really just awesome. And actually, I want to use Loser 64 to hop over to another kind of subgenre with his song Sorry I Don't Know, kind of being the penultimate loser love song. Now, if you've watched the channel for a while, you may have heard me talk about loser love songs before and kind of how a lot of them kind of feel samey. But Sorry I Don't Know, despite kind of be samey, like, lyrically, I think it has just a hype enough instrumental, has good enough vocals with good enough delivery to really stand out from the crowd. I think, what was the lyric? I think you're cool, but I know I'm not. You can be my girl only if you want. Sorry, I don't know why I'm having such trouble speaking. But I think that lyric kind of really sums up the subgenre here of loser love songs. And he's also made a lot of other love songs, like the before mentioned fantasy love song with Killing Myself to Be With My AI Girlfriend. Crazy title, by the way. But that was another good song. I Think We Could Be Cool, that was off his recent album he released, like, well, not really recently anymore, it was like in August, but like, yeah, so Loser 64's made a lot of love songs, but someone actually made a love song about him, alright? We are transitioning to the underground of Incelcore. We got Meanwhile, and probably even some of you that are a big fan of Incelcore don't really know what this is, alright? But Meanwhile is like a kind of new artist. It says he only has like 3 songs out on SoundCloud. But with how they sound, it sounds like he has like a bit more experience than that. But anyways, Meanwhile released the song Loser 64 Notice Me Senpai. Now, this song really isn't that much of a love song, but hey, the word senpai is like an anime term for crush, so it counts, it's going in the video, you can't stop me now. But yeah, this is basically, you know those videos made by those kids that are like, Markiplier, please watch this, Jacksepticeye, please watch this. This is basically those in song form, but about Loser 64. He's asking him for a feature, asking him to be on SYM too. Basically, it's just a song by a fan, and it's kind of cute. It kind of has like a little bit of charm in it. Yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. It's a little bit on the shorter side as well. It's kind of funny also. All right, there's quite a few funny lines here. And yeah, I don't really have much more to say. But sticking kind of with the less popular artists, kind of more centered on SoundCloud, not to roast any of these, DLMR and This Is All There Is with the song Fall Apart. Now, this song actually is like a little confusing to put on this list, because DLMR, that is actually a viewer of the channel, hi if you're watching by the way, his verse is kind of more about like depression and like how his world's so sad and he doesn't want to work a 9 to 5. Whereas This Is All There Is, his verse is more about this girl and more about how he's kind of so messed up but he wants her to stay. And yeah, and the chorus kind of pushes that ideal forward, but it's just that first verse doesn't really connect. You can say it kind of elaborates on the dark and twisted part about the guy being messed up but still wanting the girl. It kind of focuses on that like first part, but I don't know. I still like the song though, despite that little criticism, I guess you could call it. I still like this song. I think it has like a very good groove to it, very good instrumentals. I think DMR and by the way, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I totally apologize. You're probably like the 15th guy I've mispronounced the name of. I'm so sorry if like I'm totally screwing this up. But I think they both do like a fantastic job on this song. So yeah, very good song. And now to one that kind of released more recently. We got Drive Shave with 321. Now I don't know why it's called 321. I originally thought, well, maybe that's like the length of the song, but it's like 351. So was there just like 30 seconds added on or something? But it may have been the time of day he wrote it or made it, or like the day of the year he made. I don't know, but I like the song. It's kind of got a creepy, kind of melancholy kind of feel to it, and I know that kind of sounds dumb to say, but if you listen to it, it kind of sounds true. It's kind of creepy, honestly. But the lyrics themselves are pretty sweet, just about how he loves this girl and needs this girl. I am kind of assuming it's a girl. I don't think it's explicitly stated. Take that as you will. But anyways, very good song. I could kind of imagine this being in a TikTok edit. I don't want that being took as like a bad thing, but I could almost imagine this being like in like a couple's TikTok. If you listen to the song, tell me if you can kind of hear that as well. But anyways, let's move on here a little. Next up, we got a cover. All right, you guys like cover? Incelcore cover songs. All right, we got a cover of a love song by Maniac. All right, your guy Maniac. He covered From the Start by I don't even know who, but it's basically like a love song. Cupid walks right through me whenever you talk. That was basically one of the lyrics, I think. He does a pretty good job of making the song his own. I say that, but I didn't listen to the original. But I think his voice really works well on the track. I think it's very catchy. I think it's very upbeat. I really like it. And to end this video off, because it's getting a little long, we're going to talk about a guy I've actually talked about pretty recently, as of like 5 days ago. We got Edgemaster42 with the song Flower Beds and Favorite Accidents. Now, this is just a cute song, man. This is just like so wholesome. She came from a forest so far away. I don't know if this song's about like dating an elf or a fairy or like deer or something. Because I don't know of many girls that would just like come walking out of a forest. But anyways, like, besides that, we got a pretty good song here. I also really like the part where he's like, and I know that I'll never take this back. I don't know why, but that kind of makes me like crack a smile, because like, is he saying that he's going to probably take this back at some point? But no, it's a really sweet love song, like I'm saying for a lot of these. I'm kind of running out of things to say, alright? Because really, reviewing a love song, it's like, it's sweet. It's lovey-dovey. It's a love song, man. Ayo, title of the video. Anyways, that was my video on Incelcore love songs. We got a healthy batch from the underground, the more kind of middle class of Incelcore. We got some more of the big names. I think we got a pretty decent collection of songs here. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and bye.